Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. We are doing this again. We are live rolling. Good morning, everybody. Oh my goodness, this is so exciting. You should see all the gadgets that are surrounding me. If you're watching me on, let's fix this. Okay, welcome to you all. Okay, let's see. Why is this? Why am I having a rolling? Good morning, everybody. I hope you can hear me. Let me see. This is so exciting. You should see. I'm having an echo. Can you see that? Good morning to you all. If you're watching me on, let me see one moment. Let me fix this. See why is this? Why am I having? I did this before, right? Good morning, everybody. Yeah. See. This is so exciting. I forgot how to do this thing. Let me see. Can you see that? Good morning to you all. If you're watching me on, okay. Let me see one moment. Let me. How did I fix this last time? I'm having an echo, so we are working on it. Good morning to you all. Those joining on IG. If you're on IG, those are joining on, TikTok. Let me see. How did I fix this last time? I'm having an echo, so we are working on it. Good morning to you all. Those joining on this is done. This is IG. Am I on IG? Yeah, this is IG. Hey Emma, welcome. TikTok. So let me see. I need to fix this on hey little sis, I see you. I'm fixing my I'm on 3 different gadgets here. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow, Gisela. So I know most of you always want to watch the replay. So I'm doing this on 3 different gadgets. Okay, let's fix this. Hey little sis, I figured this thing out last time. Let me see. Good morning to you all. This is Coach Sheffy. If this is your first time, welcome to the live. My name is Sheffy. I'm a certified identity coach and nervous system research specialist. I help people to stop self-sabotage at the nervous system level. Today, I am doing something amazing. Let me see. Good morning to you all. This is Coach Sheffy. If this is your first time, welcome to the live. My name is Sheffy. I'm a certified identity coach. I think I know. And nervous system research specialist. I help people to stop self-sabotage. Oh, I got it. Level. Today, I am doing something. I got it. I got it. I got it. I figured it out. I figured it out. I figured it out. I got it. I got it. I think I figured it out. Okay, we are ready. Welcome to you all. For those who are going to watch the replay, welcome. I know you've said many times, Coach, I want to catch the replay, but I don't know where to. If you're watching me on if you're watching me right now, because TikTok doesn't like us saying all this other people, right? So you can watch the replay on the big platform where you can watch replays. You see the red app, okay, the red rectangle with a white, you know what I mean, right? Start with Y, so it's YTB. And when you go there, put in reset with Coach Sheffy. Reset with Coach Sheffy. I'm here. Now, for those who are on the big platform, you're asking like, why is she speaking in code? Because I am live right now on TikTok, and TikTok usually blocks when you mention other people. That's how jealous TikTok is. But anyway, welcome to you all. If you want to watch this on a replay, you can watch it there. It's Reset with Coach Sheffy. Reset with Coach Sheffy. Hey, IG, how are we doing on IG? I know TikTok always has the fire. If you're joining, you already know what you want to do on TikTok. Start tapping to invite more people. Let people know that Coach Sheffy is live. And you are going to enjoy this session. This is going to be the second live in the day. So let me see. Earlier, I went live earlier today, and now we are doing another live just because I feel like I need to keep coming, keep showing up, right? Now, let me tell you this. If you've ever started something and talked yourself out of it before even you started, thank you for the like. Yes, that's how we do it. Okay. So if you've ever started something and talked yourself out of it before it got real, right? If you bought the course, now we are in the digital course era where everybody is buying the course. If you bought the course, you sign up for the class, you made a plan, you set the alarm, and still you ended up back at square one. This session is definitely for you. So stay with me, because I'm about to teach you in the next 60 minutes, 45 minutes to 60 minutes or so, something that nobody has taught you. If this is your first time on my live, if this is your first time watching my replay, let me just introduce myself to you. And by the way, welcome to the live session, to the replay session. I'm an identity coach and nervous system research specialist. Like I said, this is your first time being here. You're going to want to subscribe. Did you hear that? Subscribe. You're going to want to subscribe before we are even done at this present moment. So drop a hello. Don't be shy. Drop a hello. DJ, I appreciate you, DJ. Thank you so much. It keeps going. As you do this, we're going to have more people joining the live. I appreciate it. Okay. So now, put a yes or a one. I would say just put one in the comments if this is your first time. If you're new on my live, if you're new on my platform, you're new on my channel, put one in the chat if you're new, okay? One in the chat so that I can give you a proper welcome, a proper shout out. We are not shy here. This is what we do. We are family. We are connected. So put one in the chat if this is your first time. Let me see. Pedro, thank you. We are together, my dear teacher. I appreciate you. DJ, thank you so much. Pedro, thank you for the like. I can see them going up on TikTok. We are already at 477 people liking. Thank you so much. Now, how are we doing here on the big platform? And IG, how are we doing? Let your people know. I know it's been a while since I've been on, but we are back, right? Ready to roll. Now, let me tell you something I don't always say out loud, especially for those who are watching on IG and YTB. This is too much. Okay, now this is something that I usually don't share with people. Okay, I was a chronic starter, so when I come out on live, I'm talking to the old me. Okay, anytime I come on live, I am addressing the old me, the person that was stuck in this place of constantly showing up but never finishing. I'm gonna write. I'm a teacher. I'm a coach. I'm an instructor, so I do a lot of writing. Okay, this is who I used to be: a chronic starter. Chronic starter. And most of you might be in this exact place right now. So whenever I come out, I have one goal in mind. Whether I have one person on my live, I have one person, watching the replay on YouTube, which is Reset with Coach Sheffy. Whether I'm there or wherever I am, I have one goal. And what is this goal? To help that person who is stuck in this particular place of being a starter, this person who is trying to break the pattern, but they can't seem to break out of this pattern. So I'm going to tell you, I had a vision, I had ideas, I had faith. Talking about ideas, is it a box of ideas? God has blessed me with creativity, so I'm never lacking ideas. I'm always creating in my mind. So I was stuck in this place of constantly having ideas, having visions, having the faith, right? I'll get so fired up. I could see it so clearly, fired up with an idea where I want to start a clothing line. I started clothing lines. I will have this idea because I was running on motivation, not knowing that motivation could only take me 3 days. Most of you, the reason why you're starting over and over again is this: because you are waiting to be motivated. Motivation only takes you 3 days. But what you need after motivation, that's what most people don't tell you about. So let me share with you why you're stuck in this loop. Now, so like I said, I'll get fired up for 3 days. I could see that the idea taking shape, becoming reality, and then something will happen. It's not because I want to get to a specific place, doesn't mean that life will stop. It's called life for a reason. Life means what? Movement. So when life is moving and life is about to promote you, it comes as a challenge. So then something happened and then I was stuck because I wasn't trained. I did not train my brain to understand that life is constantly moving. My goal will not let life to stop. DJ, merci beaucoup. Thank you so much. We are going up. We are at 1,000 likes already on TikTok. Thank you, DJ. And share. Don't forget to share so that we can have more people coming in, okay? Thank you. I appreciate you. Now, I get so fired up, I could see it clearly, and then something will happen. Life will interrupt. That's what I thought. I thought life was against me. I thought life was, acting. I'll ask myself, why does this keep happening? Right? I get close to the result, and suddenly I'll find a reason to pull back. Okay? And that might be what you are going through right now. You're really close to the results, and then something will let you change the course of things again. In the church setting, they will say near success syndrome, right? You're close to the result, then you pull back. And this has been the pattern that I've repeated being a chronic starter. So life will happen, there will be an interruption, and then I freeze. I don't have the energy to continue. So what do I tell myself? I'm going to start on Monday. Guess what? Today's Monday. Most of you, if you're on my live till this moment, maybe you're stuck in this place where you're continuously, starting over and over again. But guess what? The part that you're not understanding is anytime you start over, you have trained your brain to keep starting over, because the brain doesn't bring to us what we desire. The brain brings to us that which it's familiar with. So right now, the brain will keep, repeating that which it's familiar with, right? Now, and let me continue with that which I used to do. I'll wake up one morning and the version of me that was so certain the night before was just gone. Have that ever happened to you? You're like, this time things are going to change. We're going to make this in a different way. You're fired up. Maybe because you watch a motivational speech, you watch a video, and you're like, is this how my life is going to end? You went to bed. You're like, this is going to change. You woke up in the morning, and that part of you that was fired up before going to bed just vanishes, right? Now, and for the longest time, I thought I was broken. I called myself many names. Broken, lazy, all those negative thoughts, negative name that we have for ourselves. I thought other people had something I didn't have. I looked for discipline, focus, consistency, faith that I was strong enough. I kept trying to fix my behavior. I kept trying to fix my routine. I kept trying to fix my mindset. By the way, let me tell you, if you're just joining and you're going to watch this on a replay, I did say that if you see my eyes going in different places, it's because I'm streaming on 3 different platforms, okay? TikTok is one of them. IG is one of them. And the other one is YouTube. So you can watch it on a replay there, because I'm going to drop gems that are going to help you, especially if you're dealing with if you're being stuck for many years. Because if you're repeating a pattern of self-sabotage, it leads people to be stuck. And most of you right now, you're watching my live because you're tired of this pattern. And some of you don't even know it's a pattern. You think this is who you are, because I used to think this is just me. I want to give a shout out to what's the name? DJ Lodia, I believe. DJ Lodia, shout out to you, because I see you're really doing your work, tapping. We are already at 2,000 likes. I appreciate you, my dear friend. Okay, so let's do the same on the other platform. You know what to do over there. I'm mostly used to the TikTok language, but you know what you need to do if you want to share with your friends and all those things. Now, so I thought I was broken. I thought I was lazy. All the negative names that we call ourselves, thinking that if you're hard on ourselves enough, if you're, hating that part of us, then that will help us to show up. But guess what? That's just you abusing who you are. So I kept trying to fix my behavior. I kept trying to fix my routine, my mindset, and I read the books. And those books, let me be honest, I never finished them, okay? Because I trained my mind to just start. Remember, I told you, I was a chronic starter. So I was constantly starting. So I would just read part of the book and I felt like, okay, I'm done. Let's take another book, because my brain couldn't lead me to the end of it. My brain was getting only the energy or the motivation is needed, which is just to be a starter. I was walking around with an invisible how do we call that? Invisible, what's the name of that? What is the name? Posts. Yeah, an invisible poster that was saying a chronic starter. So 3 days into me starting, already the brain is already tired. The brain is already tired to start over. So I read the books, part of the books, if I will say. I made the vision boards that I never finished. Okay, let's keep it real. Okay, so I'm just giving you the content here. If today, thank you for the follow. If today I am here right now, so let me tell you, there is hope for you. Earlier this morning, good morning, good evening. What part are you watching from? So earlier this morning when I went on live on TikTok, an amazing friend showed up, and the person said in the comment section that you can never fix your pattern, right? That is part of our biology. And I gave you an example that you can fix anything. It's called a pattern. It becomes difficult to fix when you think that's who you are. That's where it becomes difficult. So I started afresh all the time, every Monday. I was always looking forward to Monday. I know some of you are not looking forward to Monday because it feels like it's gonna make you feel more tired and all those things. But I was always looking forward to Monday, because I feel like Monday will give me another opportunity to start over. We are in Monday. Maybe you were looking forward to Monday too. So I started afresh every Monday for what felt like years. I've been doing this for many years, and nothing changed. Not because I wasn't trying. Please follow me here. Not because I was not trying, right? But because I was trying to fix the wrong thing. And most of you, this has been your belief as well. Maybe you were fixing the wrong thing that I was fixing, your routine, your plan, always looking forward to the new. So, but ignoring the main part of you, right? What I didn't know then was that nobody had ever told me before. So this is why I'm here today. If you have witnessed this pattern in your life, you need to stay, and I'll share with you what helped me to rewire my brain around the fact that I can show up, not just show up, right? Not just to keep starting over and over, but I'll follow all the steps of starting, following through, being persistent, following through, being persistent, and then what? Done at the end of it. So now, and is that the thing is that what most people will tell you is you are not disciplined enough, you are not motivated enough, or you do not want it bad enough. Let me see. I have a question. May I ask? Please go ahead. I love questions here, by the way. Okay, please ask the question and let's go. Now, is that you cannot, now this is one thing, you cannot out-discipline a broken identity. Do you hear that? Let me say it again. You can never out-discipline a broken identity. What most of you're doing is you're looking for a quick fix to change an identity wired problem. Can I say that again? Most of you're looking for a quick fix to change an identity wired problem, right? So you cannot out-discipline a broken identity. You can't build a consistent life on an inconsistent sense of self. One part of when we talk about, showing up consistently, what also helps in this is the nervous system. Your nervous system will protect the version of you it knows best. It's not you telling the nervous system, or it's not you presenting your desire to your nervous system doesn't mean that you will follow through. Okay? The nervous system, what it does is it protects the version of you it knows. So if you're 35 years right now, okay, if you're 35 years of age, and your nervous system has been with you for all these 35 years of age, and for at least 20 years or 25 years of your age, you have procrastinated on yourself. In one day, when you have a desire to change, that transformation is not going to come in one day. Nature is the perfect place to learn, right? Nature teaches us that when you plant a seed, the seed is not going to become a harvest in one day. But why is it that when it comes to us human beings, we don't follow the process of things? That's why we end up eating junks. That's why we end up eating fast food, okay? Because we think that things have to happen quick. Yes, I know there is a language about manifestation that has been taught so much, right? But what you forget is it's not about manifesting, it's about the identity. You can manifest But when the identity, please, one moment, please. When the identity is now wired around that which you want to become, you might manifest, but you will lose it along the way. Let me give you an example of people that win lotteries, because they were in this place one day, and the next day they found themselves where? In wealth. I saw this, I came across the guy that, I don't know his name, I'm sorry, but the guy that said, so demure, okay? So there was this, he did a TikTok video when he was saying that his life rapidly went down financially because the identity to protect the wealth wasn't there. And let me tell you this, once you know this, you will even be patient in the process. God is not much worried about you becoming, it doesn't take anything to God to just give you 1 million in a day. But before the 1 million, there is an identity that has to be built. So if you're asking yourself today, why is it hard to change? Just tell yourself, what that which you want to change took years to build. So yes, change is happening, but because it's taking time to peel the layers that have been formed, it makes it look like it's hard for you to change. Okay, so the identity that is formed, that is being wired around, that's what is being worked on. Your nervous system will protect the version of you that it knows best. So even if that version is keeping you small, even if you're outgrown your version of you, the nervous system will keep protecting it. That's why you start strong 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, and the 4th day you've been pulled back because the nervous system is not used to that version of you yet. So the old part of you will keep pulling you back. Okay. Now there's a question here on TikTok that I would like to address. I saw something about English. I have a question. May I ask? What does it say? I'm waiting for your reply. Okay, one moment. So let me see. What's the question? I want you to help me learn English. Can I message you privately? Please message me privately, but the way you put your question, it's so perfect that I don't even think you need help with English at all. Okay, but message me. And also to dive in deeper, hey, DJ, we are going up. We are at 4,000, almost 5,000 likes. Okay, so I hope you're still here. But yes, send me a message. But let me be honest. That question that you just sent, you even said privately and all those things. Please, you don't have problem with English, but send me a message and let's see how we can work together. Okay, thank you for asking. And let me say this, I know oftentimes people come on my live and they said, I want to learn English. It's not, I don't teach English, okay? But there are a few people here on TikTok that will teach you English. So look them up, and you'll be better trained there because that's what they teach. I am an identity coach and a nervous system research specialist. So when you come on my live, what is my goal is to help you to stop self-sabotaging. But one thing that I do in my life is I speak French. So whenever I receive a gift, I will acknowledge you in French and say merci beaucoup. Or if I see a name that looks like it's a French name, I'll welcome you in French, but I don't teach French. Okay, I see Abdul Salam. No worries. Send me your message. I saw a hi. That's good. But let's connect from there, okay? Now, let's continue going as I keep diving deeper. I hope you have your notebook. You're taking notes because today you're going to learn something about why you only show up for 3 days and you're already disengaging. And remember, I told you, the goal of the nervous system is this. The nervous system protects the version of you it knows best. So if you're 25 years, that's the version of you that the nervous system will protect. But guess what? You are not only carrying your nervous system, you're also carrying a nervous system that has been passed along to you. What do I mean? The belief system, all those things is also a nervous system that is being passed on to you. Not like physically there is a transplant, but it's a thought, an idea. So your nervous system is wired around that. Okay, so that's the same thing that you're going to pass along to somebody else. So that's the version of you that the nervous system knows, and that's the version of you that the nervous system will keep protecting over and over again. For instance, when somebody tells me that, you can never fix the pattern, Maybe that means that they grow up in an environment where they have seen maybe failure over and over again. So it has been wired in their nervous system so much so that they believe that things are only going to be this way. Remember, I told you I used to be a chronic starter. So I thought this is how it's going to be, right? I thought things are always going to be me starting over and dropping, start over and dropping. But things have to change. The day things started to change for me was the day I stopped asking, why can't I stay consistent? Maybe you're stuck in this place where you're asking yourself, why can't I stay consistent? You're asking yourself, what is wrong with me? Usually we blame ourselves because we do not understand the process of things. We do not understand that it's an identity problem. So the nervous system it keeps bringing that part of you back. Most people are currently living in 2026 physically, but mentally, emotionally, a lot of people are stuck in 2020, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. They skip and then they jump to 27. That's what is happening. Because when the brain is working with you, when you set a goal, the brain is working with you. You know what the brain does? The brain takes you to that part that is familiar, which is the same as the nervous system example that I gave you. So the brain will take you to what is familiar. And what is familiar for the brain is what? That means the brain has to scan the past. Okay, the brain is trying to look for when have you ever showed up for yourself? Because the goal, you set a goal every single Monday. The goal is this time things are going to be different. So the nervous system is like, yes, we are ready for different. So different for the nervous system is what? It has to go and scan when have you ever done something different? And when it said different, did you follow the steps? Did you follow through? And then in that moment, as the nervous system or as the brain is scanning that part of you, you know what it did? Scan means what? It has to find a track record. So it's taking you back to the past. Please follow me here. I'm going to write. It's taking you back to the past. Okay, right now we are in 2026. So the brain has to go back to any year but 2026, to any day but that day. Okay, let's keep tapping, my dear friend. DJ, we are at 5,000 likes. Merci beaucoup. I told you. Yeah, it takes me to French, so people think I teach English. Okay, so now to 2026 right here. Let's see how we're doing on. Very good. Are we still? Okay, I think we are. Okay, let's continue going. Just checking how we're doing on here. Okay, we're doing good. We're doing good. We're doing good. Okay. Very good. Can you all see me well? Very good. It's okay. It's mirror. I don't want to write and then good job, everybody. Now let's go back. Just checking few things here. Very good. Now, this is the example I was giving you, right? Right now, when you write a goal, this is what the brain does with you. When you write a goal, this is what the brain does. The brain needs a track record. Okay, thank you, DJ. The brain needs a track record. So the brain will be like, okay, we're doing something different. Okay, let's get to the past. And the past might just be what? A week from today. Okay, the past is not necessarily a year, but it might just be a week from today. So the brain will ask, okay, a week from today, you had a similar goal. Were you able to follow through? And then the past is where most people get stuck. Because the brain asks that question, the brain needs a track record. The brain will start scanning. And that's where the brain will start scanning, and then you start having all the emotions that will keep you stuck. What is that emotion? Sadness, right? Shame. Where is the shame coming from? The shame is coming from moment that you said you're going to show up for yourself and you never did. See, every promise that you keep to yourself, that you say to yourself, when broken, it wires the identity of the person that never showed up. So the day that things changed for me was when I started asking, I stopped asking myself, why can't I stay consistent? And I started asking, who does my nervous system think I am? You see the difference? The question that you ask yourself will lead you to the answer that you deserve. So most of you right now, you are asking the wrong question, just like I used to, right? And what is that question? You're going to ask yourself, why can't I stay consistent? Why do I keep doing this? But there is a part of you that needs to help you to build the identity, or to, yes, to reset that identity, that part of you that you are not familiar with yet. So when I stopped asking, why can't I stay consistent, and started asking, how or who does my nervous system think I am? How does my nervous system perceive me? Then that question changed my life. It might feel like just a simple question, but that question set me on the path that I am today, because I had to tell myself I matter. I had to believe that, okay, everything else that I'm seeing, because I started comparing my results with those who already have a track record of successfully showing that for themselves. So I'm like, okay, wait, it's not adding up. And even before I dive in deeper, let me tell you, the other part that awakened this hunger in me to do better and show up. And this, I always believe this part, this scripture, which is what this scripture is, being made in the image and the likeness of God. So I said, okay, if we are made in the image and the likeness of God, or if I'm made in the image and the likeness of God, I know God is known as the Alpha and Omega. Being made in the image and the likeness of God means I carry the qualities, the identification of God in me. And we know God as the Alpha and Omega. This is the part where I'm going to be very patient in explaining this. And that's why when I start my teachings, I tell you, let's talk so that we can get the goal out of the way. Because when I'm teaching, I also want you to take notes. I don't come on live just to come in and spill knowledge. No. My desire is not, don't use this moment as information, but for transformation. Most of you right now, even though you're here physically, like I was saying, a lot of you are not mentally and emotionally present. Okay? Now, the part that awakened me was this scripture, which is in the book of Genesis 1:27, okay, 26 to 27. It says, we are made in the image and the likeness of God. That is your framework. That is the reality. That's what leads you when you feel stuck. Okay, so having the image and the likeness of God means that I have the qualities, I have the personality of God in me. So if God is known as the Alpha and the Omega, what does that mean? The Alpha is the beginning and the Omega is the end. So that means I should naturally, I also have the quality of the one that starts and that finishes. So why is it that I'm only stuck at the starter level? Then something is wrong. You see that? If I'm stuck at the starter level, okay, I'm going to write this here. How I transform from a chronic starter to someone who always show up consistently and finishes. Okay, look at this way. Right now, Alpha, which is beginning and end. It's getting deeper, I told you. Now, the Alpha is what? The beginning, before all things. Beginning, very good. And end. He is the author and the finisher. So if I am, and I know I am, the image and the likeness of God, why was I stuck at the chronic starter level? What is happening? Chronic starter, okay? Why was I stuck? Because I was stuck at this. I couldn't have two blues. I was stuck here. I was stuck here. So that was my pattern for quite a while. I was stuck here. For quite a while. I was starting over and over again every morning. Hello, could you flip your camera? Oh, I didn't do that. Thank you. I love people like you. See, you are a chain breaker. Everybody else kept quiet. Only you. Victor, good job. Is it better now? Let me bring it a little bit closer. It's thank you. Thank you. Is it better now? Now we flip it, but okay. Very okay. Thank you. Very good. Now, so I was stuck at the chronic starter level, continuously repeating the same pattern and being very hard on myself, thinking that I was the problem. But this pattern kept happening. I want to fix this in the camera. Okay. It's because I'm on 3 different platforms. So I'm like, I need to be seen everywhere. So I'm like, okay. So the question that you ask will lead to the answer that you need. Most of you right now, you're asking the wrong question, just like I was. And what was this question that I kept asking myself? I said, why can't I stay consistent? So I'll only have the tip of the iceberg. But when you ask the right question, you know what you're doing. You're peeling the layer from the layers of the onion to get to the depth of thing. That's where God is leading us. Please, it's not church, okay? But let me make this clear. Just a disclaimer. I am Christian. I'm not just a coach. I am a Christian. So at times when I'm teaching, I fall on my background. So you're gonna hear me talk about God. You're gonna hear me talk about Jesus. You're gonna hear me talk about the Holy Spirit. Okay? Because this is my background. I'm gonna talk about the word. I'll reference a lot, some scriptures, but it's not church. So that being said, if you're not used to things like this, I apologize, but this is who I am, okay? So welcome to the live. And if you're going to watch this on a replay, by the way, you can watch this on a replay on the bigger platform, the one that is red, and there is something in the middle, a triangle in the middle. You already know what I'm talking about because TikTok doesn't like us saying things like this. So put in Reset with Coach Sheffy, and you will be able to watch it there. And also, don't forget to subscribe. Did I give enough hints for this? You already know, right? Okay, let's go, guys. Now, this is what it is. What led me to finally not just be stuck at the starter level is this. I started asking myself, because you need something to identify, you need something to compare your life with. There is a pattern where most people, once they start, they are able to finish. But for some of us, we were wired in a way where we can start, but we can't follow through. And then it says that we are made in the image and the likeness of God. But we know God as the Alpha and Omega. Okay. A lion can't bark. A lion cannot bark. It roars. Right? A cub cannot bark. You see that? So if I am made in the image and the likeness of God, so God is the mirror. If I look at myself in the mirror, what should I see? Please, if you're following, okay? God is the mirror. When I look at myself in the mirror, what should I see? If you know the answer, put it in the chat. Okay, this is not a right or wrong. It's not a tricky one. Have you ever watched yourself in the mirror? When you look at yourself in the mirror, what did you see? Okay, I'm giving you an example. If God is the mirror, okay, and I look at myself in the mirror, what do I see? Okay, you see yourself, right? You see yourself. So me knowing that I'm the image and the likeness of God, thank you so much. Me knowing that I'm the image and the likeness of God, and God is known as the Alpha and Omega. Teacher, sorry, where are you from? I'm originally from Togo, but I live in the US. Thank you. So if God is if he has this personality of the starter and the finisher, then why was I stuck at just the starter level, not being able to move forward? So those questions like this is what leads you to ask, okay, then something is not right. Those were the questions I was asking. I said, okay, God is the mirror. If I look at myself in the mirror, that is God, then I should see myself in him. And there is a part of God that says the Alpha and Omega. The same thing you do with, if you're not creative, what I'm teaching you can take you very far. If you're struggling to speak to people, What framework are you working with? And this is the work that I do with people as an identity coach. This is the work that I've done with, this is the framework that I've used with my clients because it worked on me. And then I use with my clients as a certified identity coach. And these are people that couldn't even express themselves, but now they can fully speak up. These are people that were stuck with their ideas, but now they turn that idea into a children's book. Because there is no such a thing as I'm shy. No, it's because you're shy because you don't know who you are. You're shy because you do not know your identity. You are defining who you are, man. You are defining who you are with, a definition that somebody has given you. If you're made in the image and the likeness of God, automatically those attributes of God have been poured in you. That's why I kept giving you the example of the mirror. If God is the mirror, okay, and you look through the mirror, you see yourself. You are in God, He is in you. When you carry this mentality, nothing can shake you because you have a framework. So when the brain is scanning, remember I told you, your nervous system protects that which is familiar, right? So when you're asking, why can't I stay consistent, rather than asking who does my nervous system think I am, then you're gonna be stuck. Okay, sorry for question, teacher. I'm Angolan. I want to learn more in this. Welcome, my people. Welcome. No worries. If you keep coming, you'll be able to. Okay, welcome. So this is the thing. There is no such a thing as I am not creative. No, it's because you're defining your creativity or being creative with another definition that is not in God. You don't lack in anything. Right now, it feels like you lack because your mind you haven't trained yourself enough to believe that your identity is in God. So if I'm even going to ask you to scan your life right now, what part of your life is lacking right now? What part of you is lacking right now? That part of you that is lacking, you need to find that part of God and start affirming. I don't say affirmation, but I say creative word. I teach creative word. I don't teach affirmation for a reason. And I'll explain that later. Okay? So that's how my awakening, the moment starts for me. I said, okay, if God is the Alpha, means He starts, He begins. But nowhere has He started and not completed. So why is it me, Shafi, I'm struggling with following through? What is the framework to follow through? And that's how I started on this journey of showing up and showing up consistently. So this is the thing. I want to teach you something I call the identity blueprint because it was what helped me, right? But most of you right now, you are repeating a pattern, which is the identity loop. So this identity loop is the invisible cycle that keeps people like you, high-functioning people like you, people that are tired of the pattern, you keep starting strong and you collapse before the finish line because you are moving from motivation. The most motivation will take you is what? 3 days for some people, okay? 3 days for some people, a week for others, 2 weeks for others. And because they have wired themselves around seeing a result in a faster way, in less than the required time, because you've heard about manifestation so much that you forget about the process of things. God is not a magician. Okay? And remember at the beginning, I told you this. Having the money is not what it is, but the identity to keep that money is what it is. You see that a lot of people, they were homeless and one day they got into wealth, but because that identity was not built, the same way they got the money was the same way they lost the money. So yes, you're quick to manifest, but what about the identity that will keep that which you have manifested? That's the part that most people don't talk about because identity work is work. For 50 years, you have not been showing. So now this is the thing. Most of you are hard on yourself because you've learned a lot about manifestation. Yes, it's good to manifest, but the part of you that needs to keep that identity or that which you have manifested is not there yet. So before you run to manifestation, work on the identity. Because what you're doing is this, and what you don't know that you're doing is this. When you work on the identity, automatically you're being aligned, you're being positioned to compress the time. And this is what I teach people, how to do more in 3 months than most people in 3 years. Some of my clients that I work with, they have 10x with their business because they have understood that it's not bringing in clients that is the most important, but who I am will position you, be charismatic enough to draw those people. So you don't run after clients, but you focus on, while you're also seeking, of course, while you're also doing the work to draw in clients, you're also singing, you're pouring more into you. What does that mean? You go on YouTube to watch videos on how to be a better person, how to be a better boss. How can I speak so that my children can listen to me better? This is the formation of the identity, right? So let's dive in. So I want to teach you something I call the identity blueprint, but most of you are stuck at the loop. So you keep repeating the loop. And what is this loop? This loop is an invisible cycle that keeps people like you collapsing when they're closer to the result. It's not because you're weak, please. It's not because you're weak, but it's because the loop is running in the background. So that's why you start 3 days and you're already finishing, because you are not patient for the process. And this is the part that most people don't know. We have at least 6 stages for this loop that you keep going, you keep playing over and over again. Now watch this. Allow me to read some of you, okay? Now, day 1, you start at 100%. You see that? Day 1, you start at 100%. I'm going to put the next thing here. Thank you for the follow, my people. DJ, are you still here? Let me give you a shout out. Thank you so much. The stats, remember we said the alpha and omega, okay? I put N twice. Nobody called me on that. Really, guys? Really? Okay, look at this. We said alpha and omega. I put N twice, but you know what I mean, right? Okay, now, we have at least 6 stages. It's 12 o'clock. Alarm going on. Okay, start and then stop. Okay, 100%. And I'll tell you why I put 100%. Most of you, okay, so the start is the ignition part, okay? The start is the ignition part. The ignition part is this part is really good. This is why people keep starting over. Something happened. Maybe you're on my live right now, watching this and listening to this, watching the replay, a conversation, a live, a moment, a word from God, and suddenly you feel it, like you took it. When you took it, that's the awakening, that's the ignition, that's the starting. That's where most people are, the starter. That's where most people are stuck. They get the word and they're rushing with the word. Okay, you're gonna see that there is a part in that, as I just said it, this example never came back, it just came now, right? It says the situation in life chokes the word. It's the same thing. Now let's go back to the pattern before people quit. The same people that have continuously practice starting over, this is the pattern for them. They start 100% strong physically day 1. But the same day you start 100% strong is the same day that emotionally and mentally you quit, but you don't know that yet. Did I just blow your mind? The same 100% that you started on day 1, okay? But this physically is the same day that you also quit 100% emotionally and mentally, because your brain already knew the pattern. The brain is only going to pull you to that place. Let's go, right? Now, the stage 1 is the ignition, which is the starting, which is where most people get stuck at, okay? And how does this ignition start? From a conversation, from my life, other people's life, one part, just the introduction of a book, you're like, yes, this time we're doing it different. Clarity, purpose, energy you can't explain. You don't know where it's coming from. So you make a plan. You tell people, you buy the thing, you buy the book, you buy the course, you start. And this is real. This feeling is not a lie. Now, from starting day one, I told you 100%, right? Day one, you are still at the starting level. But there is another stage. Thank you so much for the likes on TikTok. Merci beaucoup. Merci, merci. Okay, so now day two, okay, or day two or day three for some people, the honeymoon. The honeymoon is you're moving toward the goal, but remember, there is a day one. Now, day two, you're moving toward the goal. So things are working. You feel like yourself. You wonder why you ever stop before. You're like, wait, where is this even coming from? Why did I stop in the past? So this is the version of you that you know is possible, but you're only on day two. But guess what? Starter, as we get here, I need to throw this thing away, man. Let me use this one. Okay, so start. Very good. So you start, that's the 100%. And then you slow down. You slow down. You doubt. The doubt is coming here. Doubt comes before the slowdown. So doubt, slow down. You slow down. Sadness. Fear. Shame. And stop. You see that? Topic, please. Thank you for asking. So if you are just joining, if this is your first time being on my live, and if you're going to watch this on a replay on the big red platform with the triangle inside, if you're watching from there, the name is Reset with Coach Sheffy. So what I do is I help my client to stop self-sabotage at the nervous system level. And I've done this many times by helping you rebuild your self-trust. If you're someone that you've consistently you keep starting over, you're stuck at the level of consistency in starting over. It's called a chronic starter. I was a chronic starter myself. I used to be hard on just showing up on every Monday, and already by 12 o'clock, 12 p.m., I am disengaged because what? I'm still looking forward to starting over. So this is what I do here. Most of you, if you continuously, thank you for the repost. Merci beaucoup. Steven, hey, you're welcome, welcome. Thank you so much. Now, most of you, you've been told that, okay, this is happening because you're not motivated enough. So day one, you get the motivation, all the motivation that you need. And the same day that you got the 100% motivation, physically you showed up, is the same day that you also have the 100% of quitting mentally and emotionally. You are only aware of the physical presence, but you are not aware of the emotion and the mental part of it. So because you have not built the mentality around being consistent and showing up, the nervous system keeps pulling you back. So for the person who asked what is the topic, this is what I teach on my live. This is the work that I do with my clients. Once they understand this, once I share my framework with them, they are no longer in their own ways. So from there, any goal that they set for themselves to show up, even to multiply their income, to attract the right job, is coming from identity. When your identity is established, nothing is gonna make you afraid. When your identity is established, you're not gonna chase the wrong thing. Okay, so that's what it is. Now, I was teaching you about the stages that will lead to you finally stopping. You start at 100%. Now, remember, the percentage is 100%. But because the brain is now wired around you showing up, already day two, this is what happened. Day two, you slow down, or even before slow down, you doubt. You're like, is this even going to give a result? And you leak, okay? The life expectancy of the battery that you're running on, or the motivation that you're running on, is what? 100%. But every single time you're not showing up fully, every single time a part of your brain, a part of your emotion is not at its best, at 100%, life is dropping. Okay, you're dropping life. So 100%, you doubt, and what happened? At least, let's say 20% came off. So now it's going to be what? 85%. You're no longer at 100%. Consistency is built in the nervous system, okay? It's wired in your identity. Now, day 3, or it might be 1 week for other people, you slow down. The same person that started is not the same person that is going through the process to finish and have that name, to own that name, the finisher. Now, you drop another 20, so now you're at 65%. Remember, you started from 100%. You slow down. Then life, something happened. You drop another 20%. You are at what? 45% now. Okay? Another 20% because fear. Now, another 20%. Now you are at what? 25%. Another 20%. Now you are what? At 5%. And that 5%, all that percentage, they're leaking and going where? It's filling the stop cap. So it's pouring into the stop cap. Now it's filled with 100%. So do you see the same day you started physically strong at 100% is the same day that you did not show up at 100% as stopping. So when we talk about self-sabotage, we don't stumble into self-sabotage. It don't just sneak up on us. But there are some patterns that people don't see, don't identify along the way. And this is the same stage. Now, let me give you the name to the stages. The first one is the starter level, where most people are. The second one is the honeymoon level. Okay, remember, so the honeymoon level is, you keep moving and it's like, wait, this time things are gonna be different. Thank you for the share. Thank you for the repost. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Now, stage 3 is this. It's called the friction point. The friction point is when life happens. It's not because you have set goals that life will stop. It's called life for a reason. The present carries life. The past is memory. It's called past for a reason. Okay, the past is memory where things are, the life force is no longer strong there. The life force is only in the present. So life happened on stage 3, which is called the friction point. It hits, you were not prepared for it. So it doesn't have to be big. It might be something small. It can be one hard day. Maybe your boss at work, rub you off the wrong way. One piece of a feedback from your boss, already you feel like, okay, they don't like me, they're about to fire me. Okay, because your brain is projecting back to you as a moment like that where you got fired, and that is stuck in your body. The body holds memory. That's what we do not understand. That is what is wired in the nervous system, and that's what is part of our subconscious mind. Most people, they ignore these things, right? You cannot pray it out enough. When you're praying, what action are you taking? Okay, so if you're asking yourself, why does this keep happening? Yes, you're only doing just a part of the work. The other part, you're not even touching at all. Okay, see, God has not created people that will follow blindly. We are the image and the likeness of God. So we are duplicating who He is as an intelligent being. Even if intelligence is the word for it, there is excellence. There is no word that can describe God. And that's the same DNA that you're carrying. Okay? So let's continue. So day 3 or stage 3, the friction happened. One moment where it got real and suddenly it felt unsafe. It's shaky now. So your brain registered a threat. The brain can feel a threat. For the brain, that's what it is. When you're doubting, there is a threat that is happening at the brain level. So the brain can feel and sense that threat. Anything that you're doing is being projected back, right? So your nervous system does what it was designed to do best. And what does it do? It protects. That's the goal of the nervous system. That is the goal of the nervous system, to protect you, to cover you, because it's feeling the threat in the, rising up. So it wants to cover you. And you go quiet. So now that's stage 3. The first stage is what? If you're following, drop it in the chat, but I'll continue teaching anyway. The first stage is the starter level. Okay. The second stage is what? The second stage is the honeymoon. The third stage is the friction. Now you're getting into the fourth stage. The third stage is when life happened. You got a bad review, somebody called your name, you read a post, all those things, they are the friction. And that's a moment where nervous system comes to protect. And that's where people get stuck. Now, before you get stuck, the fourth stage is the withdrawal stage. The withdrawal stage, you go quiet, you stop showing up. You might show up physically, okay? You show up physically, the sadness. Because of the review, you got so sad, and from sad, fear. You're showing up, you're still going through the motion of it, but emotionally and mentally, you already disconnected yourself from it. Yeah? So right now, from so far, what I've described so far, from the four stages, what stage do you identify yourself at right now? What stage do you feel like you are in this moment? I know most people are usually stuck either at the starter level, okay, or at the friction part. Because the friction is what leads to the withdrawal, which is stage 4. Okay, so with what I've given you so far, where do you identify yourself at? Thank you. Yes, very good. Very good. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Good job. That's what I'm saying. So most people right now, they are at the starter level, chronic starter. I used to be there, and I told you about it. I used to be there constantly looking forward to the other, another day to give it a chance to and keep starting over and over again. But if our image, our identity is the image and the likeness of God, we should not take pleasure in consistently starting over. And yes, people are still saying, people are sending different messages. Yes, that's what it is. So use these stages, because it's 6 stages, use these stages and find and identify where are you stuck at. Because this is the work that I've done so much, so well, that my client now, they are no longer stuck at a starter level, but now they are from a starter to a finisher, because they have wired their brain around who they are and who they're supposed to be. Most people are walking around with victim mentality. Okay, now let's continue with stage 4. Stage 4 is usually where people go quiet, they stop showing up, they tell themselves, I'm just taking a break. I'm resting, I'm regrouping, I'm being still. That's the religious part of it. I'm being still, we make it sound cool, right? I'm waiting on God. I just want to hear from God, I'm being still. People have taken this being still to another level. I used to be, but that was just my fall on excuse. You might be like, I don't want to, break the rules. But who made the rule? You made your own rule. So you see that? So that's where a lot of people pull out. But what's really happening is your nervous system is pulling you back to that which is familiar. The nervous system is pulling you back to the version of you it recognizes as safe. Let me give you an example. Something that happened to one of my clients. I always say this story, right? Oh my goodness. So I was working with this amazing young lady. She always wanted to write a book, a children's book. And in our session, one day she stayed up, wrote the book, so excited, about to put it on Amazon, right? And she was looking forward to posting this book because I gave her a deadline. I'm like, today I need to have your link to the book. And she stayed up, did everything. Because of the time difference where she was, doing the work from, her time different as mine wasn't the same. Then I woke up in the morning, I saw my screen, I had a message from this person. I saw my screen. The first thing that I saw was a screen. In all honesty, when I saw the screen, I thought it's a picture of a part of the book that she's writing. I saw an astronaut, maybe I quickly saw that because I have children, I have younger children. So my brain projected that. I'm going to teach you about the power of the brain. We don't just see with our eyes, but we see with our brain. I'm going to dive in deeper, but just follow this right here. So I saw an astronaut. Then there was a follow-up message after that. The follow-up message is, so this is what happened to my screen. I fell asleep and I slept on my screen. So my computer is broken. If she didn't share the work with me the day before, because we are in there is an inner circle. Yeah, I've created an inner circle. So she was in that inner circle. If she did not share the work with us the day before, I would be like, nah, she's just telling lies. But no, the book was ready to be published, and I saw the book myself. And then that happened. But guess what? She's in a part of the world where they have load shedding. So load shedding basically is what? A part of your city or a part of your town will have light where another part doesn't have it. And when I saw this message, I'm like, no. And then there was a follow-up, and then you could see how this affected her. Of course, who wouldn't this affect? And the message that she sent was, why does this keep happening to me? This has been my life all the time. I am closer to a result, and then something happened. I know some of you may have gone through something like this before, something similar, right? Hello, 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 hello. Thank you, thank you. I know some of you right now, you may have something similar where you are about to get the results and then something happened. But the beautiful thing about my client is this. She didn't give up. Remember, the computer is broken. Now she's forced to work with her phone. You see more challenges that came? But this is the thing though. I know some of you will say, oh, it's my uncle in the village, right? You know those jokes that we usually say, it's my uncle in the village, it's my grandpa and all those things. But this amazing young lady did not give up. She keeps showing up. She kept showing up, looking more into how to get things done. Yes, I know, right? You know that, kept showing up. The book is here. The book is here. I wasn't prepared to talk about the book, so you know what? Let me quickly go bring it out. I'll be back. Okay. Oh, that was a long run. I had to go upstairs. So the book is finally here. I bought it to my two boys. They couldn't put the book down. They couldn't put the book down. They're like, this is our activity. So you see, okay, this is like a free publicity to my clients. But you see what I'm saying though? And the book has, wait, I'm just be selfless in life. When you're selfless in life, congratulations. Somebody knows who I'm talking about. You see this? Okay, so it says the book belongs, oh my goodness. Here I am giving a publicity to so you see this? You see that? It has a certificate in it. Okay? It's on Amazon. Oh, yeah. Yeah, my views are going down on TikTok. Doesn't like us doing this. But anyway, you see what I'm saying? So this is the thing. That's what usually happens. The nervous system will pull you back to that which is familiar. The nervous system will pull you back. So that's the part of us that most people don't know. Because the nervous system is protecting you, it will keep taking you back to that part of you that it knows best. I'm going to continue with the next stages, but today so far, right now, we're going to stop here at this exact moment. There are two more stages that I'm going to share with you. I'll be going live tonight, so make sure you come on live. I just don't, you want to finish the stages of how to break the pattern of, not consistently showing up for yourself. Okay. If you have any question, please go in my DM, send me a message. By the way, in the month of June, there is a 3-month session that I'm opening, a group coaching session for those who consistently not showing up for themselves. This is a 3-month session, and I'll talk more about this session later on my live tonight. If you want to break the pattern, you already know what to do. You want to have something consistent, and yes, ma'am. Go ahead. I'm gonna share my I'm gonna send you my calendar so that you can book your session. And there's another way that we can also work. Okay. Thank you for everyone watching. You can catch the replay. You already know where to go for the replay, the bigger platform, the red one with the white triangle in the middle. Yes, when you go there, it's called Reset with Coach Sheffy. You can watch the replay. Thank you all for being here and keep showing up. And remember, you matter. Bye-bye. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Okay. Okay. Hello. Finally, we can say YouTube now. Thank you, everybody, for being here. This brings us to the end of our session. And I'll see you tonight. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.